I visited Iread centers. These are the Institute for Rural Education and Development, and they have constructed a number of attractive ECD centers that have attracted a number of parents and children, because within education, the first level of education is pre-primary, and we believe that it's the foundation towards future learning of any human being. Therefore, these centers, since they are well constructed according to the standards of Ministry of Education, parents have felt good taking their children to those centers. And within our curriculum and policy, parents are also part of the people to be educated, because we believe they are the first teachers. So these centers have created an impact that they are providing parental education sessions, and at the same time they are supporting their caregivers to get trained. For example, currently we are organizing a refresher course for them so that the ECD caregivers can be empowered within the new interventions at the Ministry of Education and Sports. And as government, we believe that we have the center management committees, and these are selected from the parents within the community. And where government is not, it's those parents that support to oversee the implementation of policies. Therefore, after the refresher course with the caregivers, we shall also have to train the parents that are on the center management committee, so that they can also be above the head caregivers and caregivers. If at all there is any support, they can also continue supporting them during the day-to-day school activities. Therefore, I call upon the parents across the country to enroll their children at pre-primary schools, because it's the level that these children get prepared for formal learning. That's why we have faced a challenge at P7 for the children that have not been prepared. They find it difficult, and at the end of the day they drop out of school. Therefore, as government, we call upon you to enroll these children and support them holistically. For example, under ECD, we expect these children to be fed well. We expect these children to be taken to hospital. We expect these children to be stimulated early enough, play with them, show them books, pictures, interact with them, tell them stories, so that by the time they join school, we all work as a team. That's why we say education is for three people. That is the parent, the teacher, and the pupil.
Early childhood development centers where we have enrolled the children in the nursery schools. I'm beginning with the Mary, located in Koboko. has a total of 60 children in baby class, 73 in middle class, 60 in top class. And the center has well-constructed facilities for children to learn in. The children are learning well, and the caregivers, these teachers, we call them caregivers, they are doing their best to make the children well. And the children in baby class, after completion of 1 year, they proceed to middle class at the age of 4 years, and then at the age of 5 years, they're in top class. And then by the 6th year, they are ready to join primary school. And the primary schools to these children is not very far, it's very near, and in most cases, all those who complete top class, they join primary one to start more education system. The parents and this community are very, very happy about the development. The only thing with the parents is that ownership of the facilities, to me, I see is inadequate. How? Because the children are charged very small school fees, but paying these school fees is a little bit difficult. And secondly, the parents generally in West Nile, they lack parenting skills. You know, it is not only the teachers or the caregivers to struggle with these children's education alone, but the parents then have a contribution to make, which in most cases is lacking amongst the parents. No conducive environment in the families. These children, they come to school and they go home, and even weekends they are at home. They spend considerable time at home. But on the homesteads, you hardly see conducive environment that can stimulate learning, that can stimulate minds of these children to learn. You know, there are milestones in the lives of children that they have to learn every day and every time. So this is lacking. That is to do with Mary in Koboko district.
Father here is saying he's very happy about Iread for the project that has been brought for them here. They have built for them the school, which is very nice here. This is a school which they could not manage as parents of this area here. So the Ireads have helped them, at least they have raised for them this. Now that their children who are very tiny, who cannot go to the primary side, are brought here and they are learning. And another good thing they are seeing with these children here is the difference is when they go to primary, they are able to perform well because they already have a background, they have their level of proficiency has gone high. He's happy about that. In fact, he has a request that if their children from this Iread center here, this nursery center, will continue from this school up to level of P3, then they will go to other level now, other schools later, it will be okay. Otherwise, he's also very happy that through this project, the parents are also benefiting from this project of planting chia, which they eat, they sell, to get money to also support these other children here. He's very happy about it. They had a fear that, because they said these chairs should not be planted in areas where there was previously tobacco been planted. So that was a fear. Now many parents have realized this is it's just something which is only for 3 months that it's ready. So they are earning out of it. By next year, many parents are going to plant. So he's very happy about the project. He expects it to continue, and that's why he has ended. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
The second school in Koboko district, the nursery that is opened there, is called Haji. Haji has a total of 49 children in baby class, then 41 in middle class, and 46 in top class. figures I'm giving you are up to July this year. So you can see the number that is there. All, as I said, the parents are happy about the facilities that have been put, but the general problem that characterizes them are those ones I mentioned, which ranges from inadequate ownership, not paying school fees, evidencing the inadequate ownership, and then lack of parenting skills. So no conducive environment to stimulate learning. It is in all places. So those are the schools to do with early childhood development centers in Koboko. There are two. And in Koboko, there are a total of 330 children in these two nursery centers established. The daycare centers established, 330. Each facility ideally was constructed to host 150. So if you these two, it's hosting a total of 330, meaning that the demand for early childhood development centers in this region is very high, especially in Koboko. High. Instead of hosting 300, we are hosting 330. We have additional of 30.
Basically, this school actually started around 2015. Around 2000, it was on 21st August, that was when it was officially opened. And when it was opened, although the rate of the children were low, the enrollment was low, as soon as this thing was put on stage now, the number increased at around 135 enrollment. Because of the stage of it has become very marvelous. Parents started to come and at least have the institution owned. They owned it perfectly, and because of its first coming to the rural area, you know, the rural setting has a problem with the issues to do with education. They feel that the children need to be actually rendered freely without any pay. That has been the challenge which actually came. We tried with the members above, and we came up with a very small amount so that we are able to pay our caregivers.
The other childhood development centers are in Arua. Arua has also two development centers, early childhood development centers. We have Samji, which is in Kuru. It has a total of 56 children in baby class, 74 in middle class, and then 72 in top class. The parents' attitude, this is a fairly very urban center. The attitude of parents is quite good. Even payment of school fees is quite good, meaning that the ownership in this place is fairly good. Maybe because it is having working class, but things there are a little bit better. And the parents, to some extent, have some degree of parenting skills, and they are doing fairly well. Maybe this is because of an urban setting.
Called Nasa Godfrey, the Session Secretary for Madi and West Nile Diocese. Thank you.
Then the second school in Vora, the Early Childhood Development Center, is called Rowell. Rowell is in Vora, in Iread district. It has a total of 62 children in baby class, 57 in middle class, and then 44 in top class. Now, if you look at the total population, the total children enrolled in Iread district, it is 365 children enrolled in these centers. Again, implying that the demand for early childhood development is high on the agenda in Iread district. Only that the facilities are inadequate. As I said earlier on, these facilities are constructed only accommodate 150 children. But you can see in the two, instead of 300 in Vora in Iread district, 165. The attitude of parents in this place, in this rural setting, is somehow the opposite of what is in the peri-urban, in Samji. The parents are happy, but the ownership is inadequate. They have tried to put a structure for the children to enroll in P1 nearby, which is a community initiative. But again, this struggles with the school fees payment, but the ownership is not there, not enough. And then the parents also lack parenting skills, and then in their home states, the learning environment are not readily available.
We are partners with the Ministry of Education. We are partners with the Rotary Club of Kampala Daybreak. We are partners with the 2 Rotary Clubs of Arua, and we are partners with AMFRI, who you have already had interaction with. But the partnership has to be with the parents and the teachers and the community of this village. And that is the partnership and the objective of this meeting today, to say how are we going to work together.
Name, I'm called Beta Jackson. The parents in Rowell ECD Center, which is in I have Paris, and the village is called Ofabi. We are parents in this school. You know, everything has the advantage and the disadvantage. The advantage which we are having here, one is the distance our children used to go to school. It has now reduced. We used to start our school direct from primary 1, but nowadays we start direct from nursery school, we go upwards. That is the good advantage which we received in our village. Part of disadvantage, we have brought up, you know, in a nursery school, there are stages which children passed on. One is baby class, second is middle, third is top. After top, they need to go to primary. What we are lacking here, we lack the primary school. We have started, but it's not. We have started from primary 1, 2, 3. We're proceeding, but we lack these classrooms. If Iread, with the help of God, they can come up and bring up, construct for us a structure like classrooms, we shall be grateful. That is the only assistance we need from NGOs, either government. If they can try to help us, we shall be grateful. I talk all this on behalf of my community, on behalf of parents. Thanks you a lot.
And then the parents generally, in West Nile, they are not spending enough time with the children, especially men. On the market days, on even weekends, you find, even in the evenings, you find men in trading centers, leaving women to struggle with these children at home. Sometimes they arrive home very, very late. Some of them arrive very lately. You can find the children already asleep. They do not know what they ate, but it's continuous, which is not a good thing for our future. The impact of early childhood development, West Nile region, I'm very happy to bring the impact. One is high intelligence scores amongst the children because their minds are stimulated to learn a little bit, implying that they have high intelligence scores. They start learning early. You can see by the age of 5 years, a child is already in top class. By 6 years, he is ready to go to P1. The second impact I would like to bring forward is high and timely school enrollment created by ECD centers. The children are taken early. Sometimes the parents are separated from the children to go to fairly quality school, daycare center, or early childhood development center. So you find there is high and timely school enrollment. The third I would like to bring as an impact is there's an element of less repetition of classes. The children pass from middle class, they go to from baby class, they pass to middle class. From middle class, they pass to top class. From top class, I see the trend going on well. From there, they join primary one. From primary one, there are low rates of repetition. The fourth impact I see on the ground is high school completion rates because the children have very high intelligence quotient. They are picking up very well, and therefore they are motivated to learn, and resulting into high school completion rates. They complete nursery, then they complete primary. They also go to secondary very well. And the last one is a high score in literacy tests. At the age of 19 years, you see children reading and speaking English very, very well, even at lower level. You see, nursery children are already speaking English, and these ones who joined primary, they're already speaking English, and things are going on very well. It has to me, the future is a quite bright one. As a matter of new policy, the focus has changed. The Ministry of Education focus has changed. It's going to result into increase in parenting skills. Parenting skills, that is the direction we are going to. We want to build the knowledge of these parents in how they can nurture their children to be very responsible children in future. The education in the West Nile region, it is stagnated. It actually was downtrending as a result of the insurgency in the north. Because people will not take their children to school easily. People will not be able to raise money to pay school fees, and as such, there were high dropout rates in schools due to failure to pay school fees because business were not moving on, and people did not have the peace of mind for education. So this affected the education. But after that, is the peace that is prevailing in the country, people have recollected themselves, and the education is picking up well. Sons and daughters are getting educated.
The stand on government on ECD and its implementation, one, it is still in the hands of the private sector. It is private sector led, but what the government is doing is policy, support supervision, giving guidelines, and monitoring. So as we finish the ECCE policy that is in place, we have tried to regulate it so that different stakeholders are responsible for certain activities. What is the private sector going to do? What is the government going to do? But as we talk, it is still private sector led. We are developing parenting education guidelines
which we are going to disseminate. But we are encouraging the local communities, the sub-counties, these local governments, to sensitize these parents on their roles and responsibilities. Because without ECD, this gives a basis. This is a foundation of education, pre-primary. So our kids must go through pre-primary in order to go to what? To primary. And we talk of early childhood. This is from zero, from birth to 8 years. That is when the child is actually in P3. So that the parents should, our communities should be empowered. They should be told the importance of ECD.